Hi, everybody. We welcome you to Bethesda, Maryland. Time for our walkthrough. Tony Caridi along with the coach as the Mountaineers get set for this much-anticipated season opener. Coach, you've been at it in a lot of different capacities, as a player, as a coach, for that matter, as an athletic director. Season openers, what's the biggest concern?
Everything. I think as we take a look at it, you've got all these check boxes. I don't care. You've got special teams, you've got 2-minute drill, you've got onside kicks, you've got all these things you want to make sure you get covered. You always go into it, you're not sure how strong that check is in some of those boxes. Did we cover enough? Should we have gone over more? So I think a little bit of everything. But I do think going to that first one, it's important to remember simplicity. And as I've watched games, just these early games this season, Thursday night, Friday, even on Saturday, I think you see some guys can't get lined up and get it snapped. The guys are so excited, they're pumped up, they want to play, but they get away from basics, so we can't get too far from basics.
What is the best approach, do you think, for Will Greer, who has not played in over a year, as far as West Virginia goes? How do you get him back into the swing without trying to do too much, as you're saying?
Well, and part of it is repetition. What have you practiced? And that's the one thing I think Coach Holgerson and the staff have done a good job in past, why they've been good in openers. I think they rep what they're going to call. I think they see it in practice. So it's not something real special or different. It's something they do all the time. But I think what he needs is just a completion under his belt. He needs to get snockered one time, and I think he'll be back in the flow and be fine. There is one thing that Jed always talks about, and that is the confusion in the pocket, that there's so much going on around you, and sometimes being away from football, it takes a little time to get back in and used to that, but I think he'll be fine. I like the fact he started 6 games. I like the fact he hadn't lost any games. So let's see where he is now.
One final point, obviously, Virginia Tech has a pedigree in special teams play. Despite the fact that Frank Beamer is gone, they continue to play well on special teams. These games oftentimes are determined by special teams, especially early in the season.
Yeah, and I think this opening weekend, I've always said there'll be half the games that are lost because of special teams. I don't have any numbers on that, but it seems to me like an awful lot of them. I saw a quick kick today that got blocked. And there's just things going on out there that, just be solid on special teams. And that's where I think some of the head coaches stay awake at night saying, did we put enough time in? Did we cover all that? But I think we have. I know Coach Holgerson's been involved in our special teams, and we've emphasized it more than ever. So I'm looking forward to that phase of it.
So perhaps it is just don't beat yourself, and you should be in a good position to win the game. Our pregame coverage begins at 4 o'clock. Kickoff is set for 7:30. We hope that you join us on Mountaineer Sports Network Radio. Along with the coach, Dwight Wallace, I'm Tony Caridi from the Mountaineer Team Headquarters.